TV Cycles here with an update on January the 25th. So I still think this looks bullish into around the end of February, and here in my 4-week cycle chart now I have made the old original green cycle stronger and the black one not that strong, because I think the market is switching back to the old original cycle, but still unclear. So I'm not looking at the cycle at the moment, because at the moment we don't need this short-term cycle, because now we are in a bigger oscillation that is bullish. So we will come back to that one, but first just let's zoom out and look at the 3.5-year cycle in red. The market is now in the topping phase, and the dotted line is my general scenario, but there are other possible scenarios as well, but this is the primary one. And you know, this cycle works a couple of 100 years back. It's always been there. We have the VIX wavelet. So the 10-week wavelet for VIX in red is going down. No sign of making a low. That it's too early for looking for a low in the VIX. And when inverting this for the S&P, we see the wavelet is going up, the market is going up. It's much too early to look for a top. And now this wavelet is giving me some projections for the S&P. This one is suggesting we should have about 3 weeks time with upside, but actually I have a more or a better projection, and this one is suggesting about 4 weeks of uptrend before we should start topping out this, what I call a 10-week oscillation, but it can be 12 weeks, it can be 14 weeks. I made a video earlier this week about this cycle or oscillation, and I will speculate about this oscillation in this video, because if we go to my 17-week cycle, at the moment my program is auto-saving. Oh, come on, let me have my cycle. There we have it. So my 17-week cycle is like this. I'm expecting a top around February, March, and I think that will be the final top in this bull market, and the next one will be a shoulder. However, in my previous video, this midweek, I showed that this 17-week cycle is not a very precise cycle. It's more about the medium-term trend, but when looking for oscillations that you can trade, you should rather look for a 10-week oscillation. Now this 10-week oscillation often is like this blue one of around 10 weeks, but then we have some variants of this oscillation that are a little bit longer, like this one. We see this orange one is a little bit longer, and then we have this green one. That one is even longer than the orange one. And if we study this oscillation further back, there are other variants as well. But just let's stick to these three, and let's speculate about this coming cycle and the oscillations within it. So one speculation is, well, we have this 10-week oscillation, and we see that one will make a low around this cycle top. Well, that may be, but then we should look for another such one of 10 weeks. Well, that would make a low a little bit later than this cycle low. So this is a very possible bearish setup, similar to the previous bull market top. That would give us something like this. And yeah, I think that would be my main scenario. That looks like a very good bearish setup. Meaning that this first top around end of February actually may not be the final bull market top. It could be here in April. And then I have another scenario. I don't think this orange one fits into this situation. Well, if the market is very bullish and is not making a bull market top, this could come into play. But I'm not looking at this one at the moment, but we have this even longer green one. That one could produce a low a little bit earlier than the theoretical cycle low and give us something like this. So at the moment, these are the two scenarios I'm looking at or will be following. But as we go along in February, March, other scenarios may pop up because maybe the market is not behaving the way I am expecting. So we just have to wait and see. But at the moment, anyway, the projections are bullish. The hourly data for the Dow Jones Industrial, well, we have a very nice steep rally here. I'm not quite sure which of the two rally scenarios we are following, the green or, well, maybe the blue one. Anyway, I think I would expect the market, it needs some consolidation here soon before we can have the next leg up. Yeah, we are in for some consolidation soon here. So when switching back to the 4-week cycle or oscillation, we see if we are switching back to the old green cycle, it does have a low, well, this coming week sometime. So I think we need some consolidation and then we continue the uptrend. Yeah, that's my speculation and my forecast for this weekend, and yeah, hope it was helpful for you, and see you next time.